of to one and all. Good morning to Dr. Shivani Mishra. Good morning to Dr. Sunita Jolly Madam. Here today we are together for a webinar on research methods. So we have the eminent personality with us who was my teacher and who is still my teacher and a mentor for my life. I have learned many lessons for life from her as I have seen her doing her work and also managing the entire house also. So that is what the things I have learned from Madam Shivani Madam. So it is like, when I'm talking about her, I was talking to Sunita Madam. It was like, I was feeling that she is in front of me. So today I'm so happy that today she is with us and will again address to all the students of Faculty of Social Work, Parul University. So today I would like to welcome you, Madam Shivani Madam. It gives me I want to give again a formal introduction as what we do it, but again your name does not need any introduction. It talks much more thing about you. So I would like to give you a small brief introduction about ma'am. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Shivani Mishra ma'am. She is the director of Faculty of Social Work at Sardar Patel University. Since last 18 years, she has been educator and a researcher. Apart from this, she has been a gender trainer and a researcher. On her credit, there were published 5 books and 46 articles into national and the international journals. Apart from that, she has been also awarded by our education minister in 2017. She has been also awarded by the Best Sardar Patel Research Paper Award, Best University Best Teacher Award. So that means she has got a lot of awards from Sardar Patel University on state level, on the international level. So this is again in very short and in a very brief note I'm talking about her. She has done lot work for the students, for their for making their futures. And I
तुमको
still
नहीं
know
अटेंड करना
ma'am
है.
that she has done a lot of things for the students too, so that they can so that they can have a very good bright future in the field of social work. So here again we have Dr. Sunita Jolly Madam with us. She is the dean of Faculty of Social Work, Parul University. She is here since 2 3 years, and before to that she was serving to MS University. So she has again got immense experience into field of academics, and apart from that she has also worked with industry in a CSR vertical. So she has again a vast area of working with the field of social work, and under her guidance also there are many students who are the PhD scholar, and there were many students beforehand also who have taken guidance under her. And she has again on her credit she has again written many books into international and national, and she has been awarded last year in Sri Lanka for a best paper presenter into an international journal, and that was again published into international journal. So this is a very small thing about the dean of Faculty of Social Work, Parul University. So here I would like now Shivani Madam to talk something about it, but before to that I would like Sunita Madam to talk on the things which we are having today, the research methods, obviously the topic we have. But yes, I would like to say something about ma'am, Sunita ma'am.
Thank you, Neha. Neha madam, for your very generous introduction was not required. Your excitement is so much that it is seen in your voice when you're speaking to us. And I'm very, very happy that today we have with us Dr. Mishra, whom I know since many years when I was working in MS University in 2008. Since that time I know Dr. Mishra, and she is very well known for her research work and the research clarity that she has. So I'm sure that she is the most apt person that we have with us today. And the way you told about her, madam, she is known for her work. She is known for the work that she has done in SP University, of course. So I know her from the time, though I know her more from Mr. Ankur Saxena and our senior Saxena sir of MS University. So I know her more that way. She is a very good colleague, and I wish that we have a long-term association with you, madam. We welcome you to the Parul University. Um, a long way to go for us in the field of social work, and I am sure that we can, combinedly work together and do better for the profession as well. So, very warm welcome on behalf of the management of Parul University, respected President Sir, respected Medical Director Gitika Madam, Parul Madam, our Managing Trustee and Vice President, also Honorable Provost Sir, Dr. M.N. Patel, and Honorable Registrar Sir, Dr. H.S. Vijaya Kumar. So, Madam, I welcome you for this webinar, and I am sure students and also our teachers and PhD scholars are going to learn from your talk today. Over to you, Neha, Madam.
Okay, thank you, Sunita ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, Shivani ma'am, you can like start your topic, research methods.
Yeah. Thank you, Neha. It was really, pleasure, and not only pleasure but proud when your own student introduced you. So I think this is what the earning I had. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what the earning I had received by now. That my own student, after so many years, same attachment and same way of greeting me. I'm really thankful to Shweta ma'am for generous introduction of mine. Yes, of course, we known by each other since long, and though even I heard so many things about her work and the dedication towards the professions, and from many, since I don't have a direct contact, but when heard from others, feel great that being a woman, the dedication towards the profession is still intact. I'm equally feeling proud when I see Neeta and the Christina of our same department is here and listening to their own teachers about the research. And Neeta is very much associated in MPhil and really felt good by seeing our own student after so many years. I welcome to one of my PhD student also, Dr. Mukshita Dhangatria. She is also a assistant professor in my department, and like Neha, she always want to eager to listen me every time. And when such people listen you every time, you would like to give new things in your sessions. Otherwise, they are the person who says, "Arey madam, koi boring kyun chala hai? Why don't you have a new things?" So this is how that gives me on the toe on the foot every time and will work for me and my student. I'm really thankful to the Neha that after having a long conversation we finally decided and she picked up my subject, that is a research. Research of course is my passions, and I whatever I have done in a research is the result of my passions. And today same thing, my passions again I have put it in thoughts, and will definitely would love to move forward. So before starting what the research method is all about and being a social worker, the research is something different. We have to take the perspective of a research in a different form. We should not take it as a task. This is why I always said the people, don't take it as a task, take it as a passions. And being a social worker, passion matters a lot. So how? Let's ask questions to ourselves first whenever we talk about the research. Let's ask that what things we are looking for, how things we want to work on it when you talk about the research. So how we will go for? So first questions, I think my slide. Yeah. First questions. Where I always ask to myself. Let me give the example to myself instead of asking them others. Let me give myself an example that this question I always ask to myself. And whenever the student want to carry out study with me, whether as a part of an MPhil or in research or as an MSW research, or whenever I involved in any research process, I always ask for myself that, research for whom? Ultimately, for whom I am doing the research. So when I ask question to myself, I try to put it myself in this form, and always ask, as a researcher, one should ask questions for themselves first. Yeah, himself or herself, whatever. Is this research for the people development? Are we putting this? Or the research for myself? I want to understand what the research is. I want to go for the process. I want to understand. I want to support the society. Am I doing the research for this? Am I asking for this? The questions that I would like to put myself, which I would like to understand for that is, let's being a social worker is only a part of a social worker. So being a social worker and the other researcher, I would like to put myself here. The research for the people development. If I don't put participant, people as a participant, then the result that I receive from my research would be more Shivani centric rather than a people centric. It is more on the researcher centric rather than a people centric. So which word I will use? I think the things will come is a self-centric. No relevance for the society. Though I am using the word that the research which I am doing is for the society at large, but it is more on the people self-centric. It's more narrowing the concept. I understand the process, and though I know that aim is for the benefit of the society, but then I doubt when it comes to the result. So it is required that, let it be a people-centric. Put your 100% on the people-centric. Understand their need. And this is what we learn from the social work, but we hardly put in a concept of it. Let me give you one research story and one case study of Dr. Abhay Gang. Anyone who, whenever they have a time, please read his article. He's talking about the culture of the research. The culture of the research, when you're talking about be with the people, for the people, and by the people, that means research democracy. Recently, I gave a definition in one of my conference, and I wrote an article on the research democracy. Research democracy is required. When you work for you put a people in the center, you put a democratic process. You work on the democratic process. When you work on the democratic process, of course, you involve the people in your research. When you involve people in your research, the power of knowledge, you are going to be derived from it. When you derive the power of knowledge, of course, you are working for the societal benefit. Of course, you are working more than an action by saying. Our research is more on actions, will definitely give a result. But if our research is more on saying and no practicability it is, then I said to say that it is not for the people, not even for the society, right? So am I doing research for whom? This is what the questions which I ask myself, and this is what I encourage when I read this article way back, that yes, of course, being a social worker, I am doing a research for the people. But before that, it is required with the people. Let involve the people with you. If you involve the people with yourself, then only the research will work. It's too easy to understand. But let me tell you, it's too tough to follow. Right? There is a gap between understand and putting the things in, because ultimately what you are doing, being a social worker, you are doing a seva, right? And rightly said by an author that it is more than that. You have to put your efforts more than that. Try to understand first, the first part that you have to understand that, when you ask the question for yourself, that research for a whom, ultimately which people I am going to be involved in my research. Because ultimately what you have to do, you have to give a recognition, the earned recognition that people should have. Moment the people will get the recognition from your research, I must say they will be part of it. This is what the last two research. Let me give the recent example which I have done with the help of a multidisciplinary team to understand the impact of rural mission. Yes, Sama Prasad, rural missions. We have a multidisciplinary team, and I'm really thankful to our university that they had involved me. Through multidisciplinary team, even I had opened many views, many ideas. But more than that, in this research, we make it a point, the team had make it a point, give the people a recognitions. You know, moment you will give a people a recognitions, definitely people will be the part of it. But in many research, it is, it will, I never use the word, but it is and it was. The intellectual curiosity is there. You want to satisfy yourself that yes, this is what I had observed. You know, this is what is there in my research. But then, what is the next step? Nothing. So you did only intellectual curiosity. Ask question to yourself. Are you doing just to gather an information? Are you doing a research because you are a curious and you want to satisfy your curiosity? Are we doing for this research? Many a time answers you will get yes. Yes. Are we doing a research for a publications? Many a times answers we will get yes. Since I am addressing a teachers also, so I am using the word the publication. So are we doing for that? Right? Third thing. Are we doing a research just to presenting ourselves in the conference? Yes, I am doing. So what I am doing? I am just working on the intellectual curiosity. Nothing. So subconsciously, am I working on the thinking process? That the things that we have to ask to ourselves. And this attitude many a time mislead us being a teacher. So develop your thinking actions rather than just actions. You know, so we have to ask questions to ourselves. Even Shivani will ask going to question to herself. I'm working on thinking actions or I'm working on a just action. When it is a just actions, then research with the people hardly the satisfactory level will come because you are not putting a people in your research. And the fundamental values that we all have to follow is to use, is to work with the people. Have your values first when you work in and have your research values. If you work on your research values, if you work on the research democratic process, if two things you will do, a value and the democratic process, and please put a prefix, research value and the research democracy. If you are working on this, I must say that any research will definitely going to give you, whatever the data, but that data is definitely help you to work on either problem solving or the interventions, depend upon the topic that you have selected. Definitely is going to be good because ultimately what you have to, you have ultimately work with the people. And when you work with the people, people have their voice. Give the voice. So first, what I said, a democracy. Second, what I have said, a value. Third, what I am discussing with you, and what the thought which I would like to share with you is have a voice. Give a voice to an people. Go for dialogical process. Right? Have a dialogue with the people. When you dialogue with the people, then thought of collecting the data. When you don't dialogue with the people and then you collect the data, I think that is means your thoughts comes in, that is called as a just actions, but their thoughts, their dialogue, it is not going to be served, right? So that it is very important. Ultimately, because solutions, we in social worker, we learn that solution is transferred to the hands of the people. People is going to be worked on. We are not doing that. So what is there? Last thing is a partnership. Have people in your partnership process. We have partnerships with the people. And moment you have a partnerships with the people, of course, they're definitely going to be here. It's definitely going to be worked on, right? So therefore, it is required that foresee the things. Try to understand the thing. Therefore, I use the word that you have to work on you don't have to work on the just action. Have a thinking action. Address people need, not your need. Many a time what happens? The research becomes your need. So you are become so conscious, whether you are doing PhD, whether you are doing MPhil, whether you are doing a MSW research, or whether you are doing a research for any agency, or whether you are a consultant, or whether you carry out any research process, whatever the stage of your research. Many a time it had happened that what the data will come, we will think from the other perspective. Oh, what I am going to show to my funding agency, right? Is my funding agency will going to release the second installment? because it is not their need is not serving. So if we will work on this part, it is not a people need, it's your need. So many a time in a research, we categorize our needs. We never categorically work on the people need. Moment we work on the people need, that the when you use the word solutions, when you use the word interventions, when you use the word democracy, values, voice, everything will going to be work in the people need, not your need. So please keep in mind, before coming to the research method as one of the subject, I thought let me give a background of it. Any research is talking about this. Whatever the research you will carry out, if you don't work on these ways, again I will repeat, you have to work on the democratic, you have to work on the values, you have to work on the voice, you have to work on the partnerships. This is all required when you will carry out the research, right? So therefore it is required that don't jump into the methods, don't jump into the sample and sampling, don't jump into the research design, even don't jump into the objectives also. First have a seat, try to understand that research for whom. The questions that I had raised before you is that research for whom. Ask question to yourself, then subsequently go for your questions, objectives, whatever the process you would like to work on. So this is what I am sharing. So now come to the topic is given to me is of an research methods. So of course, research for whom, then I will go for research methods. So let's understand what the research method that we have the broad definitions of it or broad understandings of it is of an strategy, is of an process, is of an technique. So method itself is talking about SPR, a strategy, a process or technique. But for what? For utilization. For utilization of what? Of collecting a data, taking an evidence. Why we are collecting a data? Why we are taking an evidence? Is to uncover a new information. Is to better understanding of a topic. Let me add the word better understanding of a people, right? Better understanding of a people too. So again, when you talk about the research method, you are talking about all these things. You are talking about strategy, you are talking about utilizations. Ultimately, you are covering area, because please keep in mind, in every research, people will ask you which knowledge you have produced, and for that, please understand the process. Whatever the process you are going to be work on, please understand their process specifically. And being a social worker, please ask yourself, am I doing research for whom? So there are the certain types that we are working. Types matters a lot. Because that types will define your design. Right, your design is depend upon it. So broad way, we all know that these are the three way of carry out your research, and quantitative, qualitative, and mixed method. Basically, I had worked at quantitative. I am working on qualitative. Only 1 or 2 research that I had carried out. I am working because my PhD student, she had done a research on the mixed method. Right, since I have worked a lot quantitative a lot, qualitative a less, but understanding both the process, I developed my own methodology to work in a research, and that is often mixed methods. Right, before going for it, we all know that quantitative method is often numerical data, right? Numerical measurements and categorizations and the statistics, what not and what not. Everything you will find in a quantitative method. But when you talk about qualitative, it's talking about your experience, your emotions and behavior. And being a social worker, qualitative at part is also a important of an quantitative, right? Because many research of an social work, I had observed that we definitely work on the qualitative judgment. I'm not here to demean our research process, but what I want to emphasize that we less work on the qualitative method. it's a time, because we are doing a field work, it's a time to work on qualitative research also, right? Only qualitative, sharing the qualitative information is not a qualitative research. We have to have work on the qualitative. People like me love to work on the mixed method because I can integrate both quantitative as well as qualitative, because by integrating I will get an holistic view, and this is how I love to go only in the mixed methods. And since my own way of understanding a quantitative through statistical, I can serve that purpose. And at the same time, if I want to work on the contextual manner, let me repeat, but this contextual I will again explain you in a detail. If I want to work, understand the people from their context, if I want to have a understand the deep-seated problem, if I want to go for having the greater insight of it, I think I love to go a mixed method. But it's depend upon the researcher, whichever the method they will do with the people and for them. So come down to it. Before understanding all this method, and we all know this method, research philosophy is required. Now the questions will arise, why I put a questions over here. That is the there. Why I put a questions over. Many a time when we understand a research, we never understand the philosophy behind it. And whenever the philosophy will come, we said it's another professions. Philosophy is never another profession. In every profession, philosophy is required. But many a time, whenever we do a research, we are missing a philosophy. And this is how many research is. We have to ask questions to yourself that what they are trying to say, which knowledge they have developed, right? What are the beliefs that they had tried to show in front of us? This is the questions always arise in our mind whenever we, because ultimately, this is how I put the questions a research philosophy. I put the questions is of research philosophy, because this belief is missing in many researches, in many professions, right? And in several researches also, in internationals, I had found that they had. In nationals also, in many researches, in few researches, I had found in our social work that they had talked about the belief. But it is time that we should work on the research philosophy, because it's a belief that will help you to understand the phenomena. Because I had used the word context earlier, right? So you have to understand the phenomena. Ultimately, whatever the phenomena you will understand, you will have try to understand, and whatever the way you want to understand the phenomena, whether it is a quantitative way, whether it is a qualitative way, be it a mixed method, what you are doing, you will gather, you will analyze, and then you will go to be implement, right? So gather, analyze, and implement. The methods might be a different, but you should have a belief with you. If you don't have a belief, right, then this, if you don't have a philosophical approach, then I must say that you don't understand what is a word. This is what I would like to put it as a captions, that you don't understand what is a word. It's a paradigm. Research paradigm is too much important when you're talking about the world, right? That is too much important. So when we talk about quantitative, people say that we have a paradigm of a positivism. When you talk about qualitative, people will say that we have a paradigm of a constructivism. Now the questions will arise. Is that so? Is that so in quantitative and qualitative? People are talking about yes. Yes, because in many researches you will find a positivism and the constructivism. So what is all about? It's about of, because positivism is talking about the logic. Try to collect is the Auguste Comte, who had talked a lot on the positivism, right? And he has said, this we are putting in terms of an research, definitely. But Auguste Comte has talking a lot on this positivism, and he has said that when one has to understand the world, You have to understand the world through the positivism, putting your logic behind. This is how the quantitative researcher who believe this philosophical framework, and they have says that yes, if you want to understand the world, the research world, go for a objective way of it. The objectivist vision will definitely going to understand the positivism. So quantitative research is talking a lot on the positivism, right? And they believe that positivism will definitely help you to understand the to get the result data, right? This is what the positivism research philosophy, right? So having a more objective analysis, right? But many a time when you go for objective analysis, you associate with yourself in objective analysis the logic, but at the same time you disassociate yourself in many subjective form. And let me tell you, social work is of course a practice-based profession, but don't forget that social work is also a value-based profession. And when it is a value-based profession, and when you are going for more quantitative approach, sometimes you are disassociate yourself, because what you will do, you are adhere to what? Only a factual knowledge that you will gain through this blah 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 mathematical or statistical, many a time in observations too. But these observations, you put it in a logical form, you give it a numerical things, and then this is how you are turning around on positivism. So therefore, a new way of paradigm thought had come down, and people had says that yes, of course, positivism is a philosophical. Of course, it's give a factual data to you. Of course, it is a genuine knowledge that you will deny, and that you denied from it. But don't forget a constructivism. And many social workers have, since ages, they are working on the constructivism. Because why? Because they believe, you can see on your slide what they had written. You believe in the experience of the people. You thought that knowledge will arrive when interacting with the people. Knowledge will arrive when you interact with the people, when you have an experience. This is how the knowledge is arrived. Knowledge is not alive by proving all the time that logic. This is not the knowledge arrived. This is the debate is going on from positivism and to constructivism. This is what. So positivism, science is the only way to learn about the truth, because ultimately, please keep in mind, we are working after the truth. We want the truth in our studies, right? Whom we call as an information, whom we call as a result, and this is, my data is genuinely collected, so this is the result, is a genuine result. What you are seeing, you are working on the truth, but it is more on the logic base. I'm not here to say it's wrong. No, it's a way of conducting a research. I'm explaining the way of conducting a research, because every philosophy or every topic or every term have their own advantages and the disadvantages. Please keep in mind, right? So for that, don't judge from my way of explanations that I'm demeaning the quantitative research. No, and I'm not here to demeaning any type of the research. I'm here to help you to understand and share my thoughts of appropriateness of quantitative as well as qualitative, because in social work research we are taking the help of both, right? So this, what I am trying to say, that in the research world there is a paradigm war is take place between positivism and the constructivism, and when the war take place, so my responsibility being a researcher to tell you that this method is there and this paradigm is there. It's upon the researcher which method, as per their research, her or his topic, they are going to find it compatible, right? That the researcher has to decide, because the research continuum, the researcher will do. Research approach, researcher will do. So researcher should know what is there in the research world. So I'm sharing you the research world of positivism. I'm sharing you the research world of constructivism. So this is what is there. So objectives, this is what I have said. So this is what the in positivism research you will find. Specifically, I had two researches that took place. It is not my research. The research is that I search from the Google, right? So online face-to-face class and quantitative, right? So social science preference are more on this part. This is what I'm trying to say. So come down to constructivism. What it says? No. Reality is a construct of an human mind. This is what the constructivism is saying. That reality is a construct of an human mind. You can't say that it is only a one truth. Don't come out and say that it is only a one truth. No, this is what the constructivism. Because ultimately, why we have to know? Because we also believe that reality is a socially constructed, as in social worker. Of course, all social workers will not, but many social workers believe that, me including me, that reality is a social constructed. So if positivism says that it is single truth and reality, constructivism point blank says that no, there is no single reality. It is a subjective creations. Now we all created our views of the world. We all created our views of the world, right? And therefore, take the example, many a time culture. You find in abroad racism, right? This is all we socially constructed, right? So this is what, take the example, sex we have not constructed. But what about the genders? Yeah, Neha gave her an introduction about me that I'm a gender researcher, right? So gender is what we have constructed, or it will change due course of time. It might change the gender definition earlier. Now what? It will definitely going to change. So it's a socially constructed. So independent of research, and research can be purely subjective. Now, it's a very good article which I came across. I want, if you people are interested, please read it without fail. If you can able to access the constructivism in social work toward participative practice viability. They have theorized many things in these articles. They have theorized many things. They have come down to explain that why this constructivism is required in a social work, and in social work practice, constructivism framework people are using as a part of the field work, as a part of the research process. So therefore it is required that please focus on such things. And definitely many social problem one has to understand, one has to go for a problem solving process through a constructive approach. So many at international level, you will find people call themselves that I am a constructive social worker. This is what I'm sorry for my spelling mistake examples, right? So this is what the constructive this there. So now the point is right. People says, अच्छा, this is what the positive. Let's go for a post positivism. उसको आगे बढ़ के लेके जाते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि there is an objective is there. Objective stance are so much. Logical stance are so much. So it is concerned with subjective of reality. They try to. So nowadays people are talking about post positivism, and this is how many studies are carrying out in these aspects, right? People try to understand that no, not objective stance. Let it be subjective stance too. So in the Morel has talk in the year 1993, and I still remember his statement way back. Not the entire statement, only word I remember that if you want to understand the quantitative approaches, and if you want to explain the quantitative approaches, please have your qualitative judgment. Then only the quantitative approach people will understand. So this is how I still remember that statement, and this is how the post positivism the people are. Specifically, I had put the the citation of it, because try to understand, I want you to understand that please read on post positivity, because this post positivism is definitely is taking a call in the market, in the research market, and therefore it is required. So now the thing is that now we are moving ahead. We have understand that research for whom. We have understand that the research methods, right? Now try to understand whatever the research methods you will take, we will try to understand the research with the people. But please understand, you have to go for understanding the research philosophy that we have covered. That research philosophy, what? Positivism and the constructivism. Of course, this is the philosophy that goes, they are talking about more on the paradigm war, which I had said, and people put themselves in the compartment, positivism, constructivisms, or post-positivism. Of course, this will be there. But the foundations that people should not forget. Remember, the research foundation I am talking about, a paradigm approach I am talking about, which is required, whether it is quantitative, whether it is qualitative, whether it is a mixed method. So what are they? Which I am talking about? I am talking about these three. I am talking about ontology, I am talking about epistemology, I am talking about the methodology. Every research, whether it is quantitative, whether it is qualitative, whether it is mixed method, this determination have to follow. One has to follow these determinations. This will give more in-depth understanding of your research. It is a more in-depth understanding of your research. Ontological, ask yourself questions. What can we know? How you have to work on, because in quantitative research we are working on hypothesis, and by now you people are clear what is a hypothesis. Let me give one example of an hypothesis and let me explain you all these determinations, right? Let me know that, let me understand that you people have already understand what the hypothesis, because it's talking about the statistical. We work on the statistical when we work on the testing of an hypothesis. It's of an assumptions, and we always call hypothesis as a scientific assumptions, right? Fine enough. When it is a scientific assumptions and taking hypothesis in a mind, take the example first. First is of a ontology, right? Answer yourself that, in ontological, what is the study of being? So as an quantitative researcher, as a positivity researcher, what you will do? You will work on the realistic hypothesis. You will try to understand the things, right? Go for a predict, go for a control, or go for a cause and effect. Of course you will do, right? Because you, me, all will do who are working on the quantitative researcher. But when you go for a constructive as a researcher, you will put a hypothesis, but not realistic hypothesis. You will put a phenomenological hypothesis. What is a phenomenological hypothesis? Because what you said in constructive, that people will have a knowledge by interacting with the people. Researcher will get the knowledge by interacting the people. There is no single reality. Reality by constructing the things, right? And that is in the human mind. This is what you have said. This is what I had said in my earlier slide. And this is what the research are saying. This is what your literature is saying. It's not Shani saying. It's there in the literature. So phenomenological hypothesis. Try to understand the interactions with the world. It's an emergent process we have discussed, right? So here, as a constructive, as a qualitative researcher, when you work on the ontology, you will prepare a phenological hypothesis. When you work as a quantitative researcher, you will work on the realistic hypothesis. Because in both the manner, what you are trying to understand, what can be known, what the questions you ask yourself, and what the questions you have to work on, what can be known, what is the realistic of it. People have domestic violence. What is the realistic of it? Is that women are saying is the causes of domestic violences, or what is the phenomenological? Let me interact with there is a different causes of domestic violences. So let me interact with the people. There is no hardly there is a fixed structures and the rules, so this is what you are trying to understand the things, right? Next is epistemology, way of understanding and explaining how known what we know. It is a nothing, a knowledge that you will derive, right? Your knowledge that you are going to be derived of it, right? And you will work on it. So every research is required on knowledge, and this research discourse is required whatever the method you will take. So for that, it is a required deterministic hypothesis. If you are quantitative research, you will you will work on an hypothesis, and that hypothesis is called as a determinist hypothesis. That means you are exploring the causes of the problem. You are exploring the causes of the problem, so that in the result you will inquire for it. Your result will talk about the inquiring the causes of the problem. That is also determinant. But when you are go for a qualitative research, is what the epistemological thoughts you will have, or what the epistemological, how you will work on that hypothesis, how you will derive the hypothesis. The hypothesis is called as a teleological hypothesis. Teleological hypothesis. That is, the knowledge is what get us to an intended result. It's a natural knowledge. Clarification is there. You are elaborating the things. You are elaborating the concept of it. You are trying to understand more detail of it. Trying to understand the purpose of it. Yeah, you will derive these causes in several forms. What is the final causes? Is it efficient causes? Is it material cause? What the causes is all about. You have to keep on deriving the things, right? Right. So you have so many causes and so many of derivations out of that, right? This is called as a episteme. So constructing people is keep on asking themselves why, what, in order to this, in order to that. These certain thoughts are coming and certain thoughts they are working on constructive. And last not least is often practice. Last not least is often practice. Ultimately, we are working on whatever the research we will get. We are working on how to build the knowledge, how to derive the knowledge we understand, study of being we understand, but how to derive the knowledge. That how to derive the knowledge matter a lot, whatever the approach you are going, whether you are going for positivism, or whether you are going for constructive, whether you are going for quantitative, qualitative, whatever would be your mixed method, whatever you will do, you have to keep in mind that how can I build a knowledge. Ask yourself questions a lot. Go for a modeling of your answering. Model your answers. Go for a sufficient reasons of it. Because ultimately you want a change. You are going for a change, right? So when you go for a quantitative researcher, you are talking about a modeling, right? This model, first model, second model, third model, this leads to change, that leads to change, this. But when you go for a qualitative researcher, you are talking about an actions. You are talking about an actions. Your actions, you would like to go for a reflections, right? Is this, is that, if this, what would be, right? You're going for an actions, right? A reflective practice. Social work should have a reflexive practice that serves your purpose, that help you to work on your role, that help you to work on your function. So that reflective practice matters a lot when you are talking about a methodological. So in quantitative research, you are talking about modeling with reference to methodology, and when you talk about qualitative research, you are talking about an actions, reflections, actions and reflection. This is what there when you are talking about paradigm deal. So I had worked on research philosophy, and then I come down research foundations, and these are these three research foundations. So new paradigm, about to end my sessions. Our new paradigm, I will take another 10 minutes to go, and then will definitely adhere with your times. New paradigm, right? Research is, several literature will tell you not to depend on one method, right? And people like me definitely will tell you not to depend on one method. Go for a research paradigm. have your own research paradigm, and that is called as a mixed method research. So what is all about? You are taking core concept of quantitative, you are taking core concept of qualitative, and then you are working on mixed method. Crashwell 2009, such a wonderful book, because open PDF, free PDF, everywhere you will find out. Such an important book he had written, and he had said that mixed method is definitely going to capture the market, capture the research market, capture your thoughts, my thoughts, both the thoughts is definitely read heaven when the time permits you. What the mixed methods of Crashwell has talked about, the integrations of it, and in many research, of course, you will find multi-methodology, the word, but of course it is not. Of course it is, but we have to talk about the mixing the things. It's like a mixture. ये डाल दिया, वो डाल दिया, और मिक्स करके एक आइटम बना दिया, राइट? सो सेम वे इज अ मिक्स मेथड. बट ये डाल दिया, वो डाल दिया, मतलब दोनों में साइंटिफिक अप्रोच इज रिक्वायर्ड, राइट? इफ साइंटिफिक अप्रोच इज देयर, then only thing will, right? Because with scientific, you are taking scientific a core idea of quantitative, you are taking the core idea of qualitative, right? So both the core idea will definitely combines you to give and because one has to be very careful, right? Very careful of selecting mixed method design. Since I want to combine quantitative and the qualitative, no. If you have a such purpose in your mind, better not to go for a reset, because ये क्या है? It's a I'm again talking about third paradigm is of mixed method, right? You are going for inductive and deductive reasoning, दोनों को साथ में लेके you are doing a mixed method. So don't do just have a thoughts in your mind that I have to do a mixed method. So what is all about? Is of collecting, integrating both the aspects, go for a problem, because ultimately what we are doing, we are working on scientific inquiry, right? But since we are using qualitative also, we have to understand the problem in a more insight, right? So it's a methodology, it's a way of doing the work, right? It's a method, of course, but it's also a methodology, na? So you have to keep in mind that these assumptions are required. Culture of inquiry matters a lot when you want to. If you don't develop a culture of an inquiry, then things will be too tough for you to understand the methodological part of it. So when it is a quantitative, you are using all these things. So when quantitative is there, using all such part, hypothesis, questions, instrumental, everything. So core concept of it required, right? Because ultimately what? Post-positivism, how it is come? Because people thought of that to eliminate that biases, post-positivism has come down some point of some time, right? So same way in quantitative, we are working on general validity, we are working on replicability, we are working on control, lack of everything, we are working on the quantitative research. So in qualitative, what we are doing, we are working on phenomenological, that I had already explained, right? We are taking the help of participants, we are working on their concept, we work on the we work on reciprocity. This is how I had said, reflections in actions, on actions, right? We work on a thematic analysis. What is there? Qualitative, you have a theme, राइट, जिसमें आप बनाते हैं डोमेन. क्वांटिटेटिव में इधर आप लोगों के व्यूज, डायलॉजिकल प्रोसेस है, यू विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द थीम ऑफ इट, देन यू इंटरप्रेट दैट थीम, then go for your reflections part of it, because there is a flexible structure. यहाँ पे आप बोलोगे कि you have to go this and this test, you have to use that test. Here बोलेंगे तो भाई thematic कर लो, ठीक है, go for flexible structure, right? Try to understand the group, try to understand the individuals, then only one, because there is no single reality. This is what there. ले लिया दोनों को साथ में. Take the questionnaire, instrument, checklist, records, same way, reflective diaries, audiovisual material, photographs, interviews, both you have to take, both you have to work on, right? इसलिए I have said, I thought of कि मुझे मिक्स मेथड करना है, कर सकते हैं, पर मुझे मिक्स मेथड ही करना है तो नहीं कर सकते. Now there is a difference. Difference is, मुझे मिक्स मेथड करना है, I will inquire, I will work on scientific approach. मुझे मिक्स मेथड ही करना है तो I will take this and that, दोनों को मिक्स कर दिया. Don't do sequential mixed method research. Need to be understanding. Read Crashwell book of 2003. You will understand what the mixed method is all about, and then have a good amount of reading of and literature. Then do it. then it will be too tough or too easy for you to carry out. Otherwise, exclusion would always be a tough. Otherwise, there would be peripheral way of understanding the research and nothing will emerge out of it. Your data will not tell you this thing, because ultimately you have to embed it, the data, the qualitative data, the quantitative data. अब embedded process is required a scientific. अगर आपने ऐसे ही कर लिया then you will lose a embedded process. Text and images, statistical description, coding, comparing group, thematic development, variables को समझना, theme को समझना. This is what the so दोनों method में आपकी पकड़ होना is true. So remember here, please remember that your research method depend on the questions that you would love to do. Depend on the questions that you will love to do, right? आप mixed method कर लें, आप whatever you want to do, it's depend upon you. जो भी आपको लेना है, you can do, because you are free enough to take anything. But please keep in mind, free enough doesn't mean that you will get a license and you will carry out the research way you want. No, have a scientific approach. So scientific approach तब आएगा. मैंने आपको earlier also I said we are missing a philosophy in a research, and this is how, when we miss a philosophy in a research, होगा क्या? Same thing will happen. Nothing will work out. People will carry out the research. Why many a time we have to tell our student, whoever MPhil, PhD or whatever, we have to tell them, please explain your purpose. कहाँ से that people will explain your purpose? Philosophical foundation आपने उसके साथ establish ही नहीं किया. Have an establishment of your philosophical foundations. Then only then see how things will come down. Then see how you will find the knowledge and implication of it. Of course, it will work out, because I think you have heard somewhere. If not, अगर positivism, constructivism, these are the paradigm. So हमारे research, हमारे social work में, what is the paradigm? It's of an advocacy, participatory. ये भी तो paradigm है to understand the world, right? Ultimately, why we are doing the research? To understand the people. So for that we are doing the research. And therefore I said, you have to understand this, classify your philosophical foundation of ontology, epistemology. Methodology is, of course, is a action list, but ontology, epistemology, right? एक चीज मैंने जानबूझ से कवर नहीं करी. I thought कि मुझे टाइम कम पड़ेगा. That is axiology. थोड़ा सा आपको इसमें I would like to explain you. जैसे ontology, epistemology is there, right? Axiology is also there. Try to understand the things as per, right? It's talking about ethics. Ultimately, what we are doing a social inquiry. We are doing the inquiry with a social worker. So that is required to go for axiological skills. कहाँ हम social work में people research it up when they explain. We as a educator explain axiological skills, right? We should have a judgment, understanding of a judgment, understanding of a research content, understanding of how the research is going to be conducted, right? In terms of your procedure, how these methods that you develop in your research will impact in a social work research. Have you ever understanding of it, right? And that understanding is definitely going to develop your perspective, your respective thought of it, right? So for that, axiological is required. It's talking about more on your judgment, more on your ethics, right? So this is what, when we talk about the research methods. So last not least, this is how I said that try to understand your answer. You have to understand your philosophy. Try to understand the view of the research, because ultimately research is with the people. With these notes, I'm really thankful to the management of the Parul University for giving me time, to give me an opportunity to share my thoughts on the research, and able to have give me an opportunity to interact with people about the research, and thankful to whoever involved in this process and take me a pain to me a part of uh, these sessions or the webinar. I am really thankful to you. Neha had already opened the mic so that it's a time to wind up my sessions. So, any questions out of it, I would love to answer. Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Jolly ma'am.
Alright, madam, I may have questions, but our
Yes,
time is
ma'am.
not permitting. You were so lively and you explained things in a very simple way. Otherwise, why people fear research is because of the language. They don't
Ji,
understand certain terminologies and this. So, with very good examples, I was just watching your whole webinar and the way you were giving the conceptual clarity.
ji, ji,
And I wish we can call you offline also, madam, so that
yeah.
have a workshop kind of a thing or
Ji,
1 or 2 days with you, and
yes,
we
ma'am.
would love to host you also, madam.
Ji,
So
ji,
it was a very
anytime.
engaging and very fruitful webinar for us.
Ji,
I'm
ma'am.
sure students and teachers have questions, but Neha madam will not permit. She
Oh,
will
Neha is so strict.
madam time to time. So it was you know very fortunate that you could come and join.
Yes,
Over to
yes.
you.
Thank you, Sunita ma'am. Thank you, Shivani madam. मैडम तारीफ तो अभी मैं आपकी क्या करूं? ऐसा है कि सूरज को दिया दिखाने वाली बात हो जाएगी, है ना? सीधी-सीधी बात मैं तो बताती हूँ, ठीक है? But still, as again I told you, we are in academics, so we have to go with the certain rules and regulation and certain norms. So obviously now I am again given a privilege to say the word of thanks to you, madam. So on the behalf of Parul University Faculty of Social Work, on behalf of Dean Madam Dr. Sunita Jolly, and on behalf of my dear colleagues, Assistant Professor Neeta Waghela, Assistant Professor Vimal Makwana sir, Dr. Christina Madam, Dr. Rajnikant sir, Assistant Professor Shruti Madam, Assistant Professor Nadeem sir, and on behalf of myself, I extend very heartily vote of thanks to you, Madam, for sharing in-depth knowledge and sharing experience about research and what does a researcher need to do while researching or before researching, and all about the research methods and many more articles you have shared with us, that for me and for the students, as I am also a PhD scholar. Last, I will also say thank you to the Bridges technical staff and also to the event department staff during this time when people are not well. Still, they have made a flyer and working for me and the Faculty of Social Work, Parul University. That is again commendable. And again, I would again say thank you to all the student attendees. And so thank you so much, Shivani madam, for giving us a slot. This one are really was important, and I have learned so much of things. And as Sunita madam said that we will have a long term relation, we can have offline sessions with you whenever the things are moving fine. So again, I say thank you so much for being here with all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Sita ma'am. And thank you to all. Thank you. Yeah.
So, madam, can I off the meeting? Sunita madam?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I got your point. Okay, yeah. All students and the faculties can leave. Thank you so much.